focus, whatever focus is. Excuse me while I eat. I am pretty hungry. This is Greedfall. Greedfall is a nodal storytelling RPG where you can deeply affect the story of this island of natives, the Gaelic, basically. An island called Tierfordee. You're in a city called Serene that's affected with a plague. And I'm a diplomat, really like I'm a noble, like the cousin to the prince or something. The cousin to the prince. I forget the prince's name, but the cousin to the prince. And what you do in Greedfall is try and find a cure for the plague. You'll excuse me while I grab a couple bites. I'm gonna start here soon. Wants to find a way to get my accomplice Kurtz. He's like the coin guard guy. Oh yeah, just walk on the cliff. Yeah, just won't let you down. Where am I going? Get my bearing. He needs like weapons smuggled to a certain place. A tier for D is where he needs the weapons smuggled to. A fun fact about this game, which my wife had been playing and she told me about this, in order to do disguises, you just put together something that you think is right and it will give you a mechanic for it. So, I'm going to see if I have, I think I sold them all. I'm also getting used to the menu. You want a tricone, flip right. Sold all my other clothes. Yes. Okay, good. I have something. That will make me look like a sailor. Because basically, if you look like a sailor, they will say, yes, you can get in here where we sailors are. And there's no guide for it. You just kind of ramshackle something together and hope that they don't go, hey, you're not a Navy officer. There's no run button in this, which I find unfortunate for such a big thing. Maybe I'll get like a mount on tier for D. I don't think you do. Let me be prepared and see where it is. Oh, it was on the side. Right where it was where I needed to be. Okay. God, there's so much stuff. It's also one of those more gray area games, like Dragon Age, where I found an alchemist, and the alchemist was selling fake potions, essentially. But he also exposed to me that people were doing things wrong in the Bridge Alliance, which the Bridge Alliance is the science people. These are some things you have. You have intuition, which lets you just kind of read people and say the right thing. Persuasion, which lets you just kind of impose your will on people a little bit. And then you can like craft bombs if you just want to blow up the conversation. You know, whenever you know those conversations you have when you're like,
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you
can I have
something
the
this
job,
time?
or am I gonna blow this place up with dynamite?
I'm looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe he was intent on celebrating his departure last night.
There was indeed a party here last night, but it ended badly.
Whatever do you mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered, and no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age. Hair down to his neck, light brown, blue eyes. Quite the talker.
I don't believe it. Of course he was there. He's the man that started the fight. I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't count on me to help you if that's not the case.
What kind of damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my furniture was broken into firewood. I piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
If you can fix it, I'll be obliged. If not, you'll need to pay.
I only have 25 minutes.
Here you are, to cover your expenses.
Excellent. Honest books makes for honest friendships. Your cousin is either a very bad joker or a right good fool. He went and insulted a band of ruffians from the lower boroughs. Dangerous fellows. They've a storehouse they operate out of a few streets from here.
What kind of business do they run?
Several, actually, and they're all illegal and profitable. But you didn't hear that from me. In any case, if you were set on recovering your cousin, I would hurry if I were you. They're not the tender sorts.
Thank you for the information.
Off with ya. Get him out of whatever mess he's got himself into. Seemed like a courageous fellow. Who could down his pint. Anything else?
Anything helps. Love his Cockney accent.
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
So sorry, I'm slurping
The furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can make them like new.
Thanks for the gold, suckers.
I could repair this if I had some metal dowels.
Let's see this. The potion of metal dowels, yeah. I took persuasion as my skill. I don't regret it. Or charisma was my skill. I don't regret it. Okay. Lost in the city. Oh, that's not gonna do that a lot. I'm not gonna do that one. I'm gonna do it the other way, where you can. This game sort of has fast travel. dogs. Tricked by fire because fire has the same animation as things that are loot. These are wheelchair ramps. These are really aggressive pirates. I mean, I guess they're not pirates. I guess they're Japans. Traps mapped, and then I have my missile and stasis, the little magic I have. Combat system's real cool. Tactical. Has the tactical pause Dragon Age does. Steal from these honest Navy. These seamen. Guess we can call this place Sperm Bank. Where can I find knives? Do I have them on? There it is. Okay, so
If you wore a Naut uniform and you were able to keep your mark hidden from them, they might let us in. Unless we just offered them a drink. These sailors rarely refuse one.
I see where this is headed. If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will be clear. I'll just need to find the proper ingredients, but it's doable.
So that's the tactical system in this. I can persuade them.
Do you have any idea how to get in there without being noticed?
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
What's that? There's disguising yourself. There's, they talk about the soporific, which is a sleep potion. And you can get in that way. Oh, let's see if this has... I don't have the alchemy to make the soporific because you can't really take one of everything.
Halt! The warehouse is off limits. Move along.
Very well, I'm going.
Let's see, they caught me.
You cannot pass. Only the Nauts have access to the prison.
You can sneak around.
To my help!
Shoot. Okay, well. Because I don't want to lose face with. Knots. Just this early in the game. Because one of your main companions, Vasco, is a knot, and I just don't want to fight an uphill battle with him. I want him to enjoy my company.
have any idea how to get in there without being noticed?
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
If you wore a Naught uniform and you were able to keep your... mark hidden from them, they might let us in, unless we just offered them a drink. These sailors rarely refuse one.
I'm going to follow.
I see where this is headed. If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will be clear. I'll just need to find the proper ingredients, but it's doable.
Probably going to tell me that I'm not able to. Because you know, I guess I'm just gonna suck at this quest unless I fight them. I really don't want to fight them. Less conspicuous entrance. We're doing it. Can you run to the back door to your jail?
Where is the manifest to be found?
I've already been to the port authorities. They keep the official documents upstairs.
Yeah.
To my help!
This is the tactical pause. I'm gonna select to stasis trap her.
And death to the others!
Get this.
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
So that's how you murder everyone in the stealth mission. Because apparently I just thought I'm just gonna walk right in and then walk right in front of them. See, this starter area really lends you to pick the skills wisely, because like lockpick didn't work for me.
Greenblood, do you need something?
He doesn't need it.
I must leave you.
I don't know why he offered to talk. What's up, bitches? Just killed all your comrades. But I didn't leave any witnesses, so maybe it'll still be fine. Witnesses? Sweet.
Here's the ship's manifest. We only need to add our merchandise to the list.
Is this lockpicking? Take everything. Wow. So the thing to let me disguise myself was just in, you know, a place where I had to kill everyone to get it. And ruin my reputation anyway, so. Oh, this thing is fly. Hold up. Let me get this light. Not there. Not an epilepsy corner. Doublet of good fortune is pretty tight. how like my uniform looks like theirs?
Hello? What can I do for you?
And now they're
With a relay, you're dismissed.
Finally! We were starting to grow moss. Courage, me hearties. The path is clear. We should notify the men. They need all the time they can get.
Essentially, that was well, I mean, that's look at flies. Really want to get to cheer for trying to get over there.
Captain, sir, we were given orders to wait here with the merchandise.
The way is clear. It's time to get going.
Do your best to be quick and quiet about it. You won't have much time to move it.
Don't you be worrying now. We're off.
The warehouse is at the end to the right there. You can't miss it.
Move out. Quick steps.
That was so unstealthy earlier. I'm not good at stealth games. Had to really ponder that one. My way, peasant. Just playing. Hey, bitches, look at you. Alright, I murdered everyone in here.
seen a...
Are you the smuggler?
You snuck yourself in here just to ask me that question? If this is some sort of trick to get me to admit to some crime, you are truly twisted.
You can see for yourself that I'm no naught. Come now. Are you the one I'm looking for?
I'm already locked up. What more do I risk? Yes, I am a smuggler. But I'm not the only one in this city.
I'm searching for a couple fleeing to Leme. They're trying to leave the city discreetly. Have they contacted you?
You certainly can't imagine I'm going to answer you without getting something in exchange. I don't really think of my clients as kin, but I'd never betray any of them for free.
A real saint you are. How about your freedom in exchange for your loyalty? Tell me where I can find them and I'll open this cage.
That works for me. Your two Telemites are hidden in a warehouse behind this very prison. They must be waiting for me. But you might want to be quick about it. If the Nauts get their hands on them, they'll find themselves in this same cage.
Thank you.
Anytime. And these doors? You're gonna open them, right? Come on now. Let me out. You promised. Please. Thank you, my lord. And don't worry about me. I'll slip outside without being seen.
Already tried that door.
Who is there?
May the Illuminated save us.
For every dad.
Did the smuggler send you?
The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into prison, but revealed to me your hiding place.
Oh, the traitor!
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition then? Please,
no.
please, have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime. We are not heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
In that case, why is the ambassador of Teleme so concerned about your teachings? Why is the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true. We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And here you have the result.
We fled all the way to Serene, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
Tell me more about your research. What about it is so horrifying that it would provoke such a fuss?
Our work concerned the teachings of St. Lucius.
The disciple of Saint Matthias? The one who returned to Teleme after traveling with his master?
The very same. His writing was carefully preserved, but never seriously studied.
With the discovery of Teofredi, we thought it crucial to take a look at the original text. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway place that he spoke of. The Eden of Saint Matthias.
And? What did you find?
Teofredi is without any doubt the land that our Saint Matthias and his disciples went to. But the text that we discovered was radically different from what we expected to find.
In the original text, Saint Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden, of the paradise of the Illuminated. He speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth, which convinced Saint Matthias to stay there.
It was written in black and white. And there is no doubt about it. The original was written in Lucius's own hand.
I understand now what that text has cost you. This voice from the depths sounds more the power of a demon than a saint.
The sacred texts are always difficult to interpret, but what is written is written.
Who were you hoping would give you asylum?
We were hoping to reach Al-Sad. The Inquisition won't chase us into the den of their enemies.
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it. But at least we'll be safe.
By entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken for spies.
So
That would be better than
Al-Sad.
being burned at the stake.
Did you try speaking with the censors? You could
It's like a
forget what you have
mandala.
discovered,
When I talk to
perhaps.
the alchemist,
Oh,
it's like-
we have signed already an abjugation stating
they
that
put
we
potions on
misunderstood the
these, sick
sacred
people,
texts
so
of St. Lucius.
got Mangala,
We were even ready to say that we had
got
never seen the true
Crusaders,
text, or
you've
anything
got
else that would have
colonists.
pleased them.
It's like
It
all of
served no
Europe's
purpose. It's our lives they are after.
most wicked
see.
things done.
Well, you have no other choice but to run and seek refuge in enemy territories.
It's a
I
French
beg of you,
game
please do not deliver us
about
to them. Let us continue
English
on this
quartering
path.
the Irish. Sorry, Kurt.
I could have a word with the good Dr. Sahin, the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. If he can be persuaded to offer you asylum, you would be saved.
Your goodness honors you. May the Illuminated forever light your path.
If I manage to convince the ambassador, you'll need to refrain from that sort of blessing. Stay here. I'll be back.
Illuminati. Canal. Just be around. The burning plague bog. That must smell awful.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade.
Says it like that.
Lord de Sade. What can I do for you?
Bruh. Ask for help for this.
I would like to talk to you about a rather delicate matter.
I am listening.
A couple of historians have made a recent discovery concerning Mateus, the founder of the mythical Teleme. And it seems that this is not to the liking of the Illuminated, or at least his more fervent subjects.
These sinister hypocrites are going to want to burn them at the stake.
Without a doubt. And that's why these poor people are begging you to offer them asylum.
We are
Really
willing.
funny, the Illuminati in this
Where
game
are they
is
to be found at this time?
At the port of Serene,
not
they were
called the
hoping to stow
Illuminati.
away discreetly on a vessel
I
to
feel like
Al
that'd be
Saad.
a little on the
Very
nose.
well.
If
I
this
shall
was
send an escort
Virgil
immediately
Island
to
would be
take them somewhere
illuminated.
safe.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Lord de Sade.
We owe you our lives. We are eternally grateful.
It was nothing. I hope you won't have too much difficulty adapting to your new country.
Love how these
If you would allow me, I
you
would
would
like
allow
to
me.
give you this.
I'd like to
It's
give you
not
this.
much, but
Not much,
it
but-
is all that we possess.
Farewell.
You have a kind heart, Greenblood. It'll be the end of you, but that doesn't bother me. I wouldn't have wanted those poor buggers to end up on a burning pyre.
It would seem that I'm not the only one with a tender heart.
Kurt's my buddy. That's one of the big things I bug me about this game, though, the mountain movement.
You'll find all you need in our selection. Whatever you need to be the talk of all Serene.
wants their teeth done by the Marquis de Sade.
So I think I should just be a sadist.
No people. Mecca is that way.
Oh, this is definitely like pseudo-Christianity.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
It was bullshit that I couldn't sit in the chairs though that way. Yeah.
It pains me to inform you that the heretics you seek have fled.
Curse them! How could that possibly have happened?
I let them go.
Alas, these renegades have found protection with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. I would not have been able to capture them without risking a diplomatic incident that my uncle would have condemned.
The bridge. I thought as much. Those heretics have turned to them.
Maybe I can start a race war.
But I had hoped that you might intervene quickly enough to stop them.
That's what I'm gonna do.
It is truly regrettable.
I'm going to start.
We have nothing else to do but pray that the Luminous might shield us from their lies.
These anti-Illuminati.
Level 3.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, de Sade.
Let's see. I think I need more warrior skills. Or firearms. I like firearms. I like shooting people. I like shooting people. I don't want heavy weapons. One-handed blades. It's good. What's this one do? If I can get to it. %. Or I can set traps all the time. Yes. That's really good. It's like you have to get them to walk on the trap is the problem. I'll do this one. It's the next one. That's not what I want. Window here first. Mr. de Sade. The Marquis de Sade. Constantine. Honestly, I really hope when I go to find Constantine, I know this game and I know the companions already. Like I've seen the trailers. But part of me just, holds out hope that I go and find Constantine. And like either Keanu Reeves or just the comic book Hellblazer character just shows up on screen and says, "Alright, love. You're gonna need me if you're gonna fight these demons." And I know it's a dumb thing to hope for, but wouldn't it make this game better? Hobos. I don't know my fancy weapons. clothes because I'm done sneaking around. I'm done sneaking around, so fancy clothes time. I don't care about stats. This is what I am wearing. As soon as I get a cape, I'm wearing a cape. Get out of my way, peasants. Alright, now before I completely hate myself, where is the map? Where is the coin guard? Is it this spot? This spot. Also has the nautical knots, like there is a treasure chest. Yeah, sweet. All the fun things. Sorry, Craig, don't watch me sleep. You're a good agent. I want you to. I don't want you to pick up on my back. Doing your guard thing and you're angry. That eyebrow from the leaving Palos. Okay, we'll be friends. So I can't wait till I get to Tier 4D and get lost in the woods. Because I cannot find shit in this city. Hey, where you at, novice? You are not the novice. I'm gonna retire the knot jokes for now. I'm gonna tie them up in a nice little bundle. Put a knot in that string, and that's the last one.
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Norts, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
This Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavia and Laura.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish. You'll find them over there, in port.
Be back soon, Captain.
Stoically staring at the sea? Yeah, me too. You want to get back to work, bud? It's your job to watch the ship. What are you doing? It's all weird NPC behavior. A little too weird. Nah, we're good. He
to the thing I solved.
Hello.
Good day.
Butted your chest.
Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy who's gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't the faintest idea.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Welcome back to Law and Order. Serene.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No.
Good at this.
Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator, and an excellent leader of men. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet. If he keeps it up, he'll be an admiral one day.
I need to be going. Farewell.
Me back. How I handled the situation of getting the manifest on the ship. I really viewed it as the only consequence of that murder was losing friendship of Vasco. Which really kind of warps the mind about how video games work. It's like, oh no, I just murdered those people. Now this guy will be my...
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
Look around my mic to see these options.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand? Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof. Gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left, you get me?
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. The other day, in the town. And then when we... Well, those...
Why didn't you intervene? Did you report this?
Unfortunately, the captain.
Did Jonas seem troubled to you the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know?
Really help me out if you were
Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down.
You know what he was thinking.
You think my story is nothing but mist too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a just man who knows his knots. He's well appreciated by the crew. It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for laughs now and again. Always seems unhappy, our captain.
Thank you, Laura. I need to be going.
Strange story, this is.
Something isn't right here, I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this. Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
No. Tell me about the cabin boy.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table.
I'm looking for a Naut. A young cabin boy who's been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A Naut, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping? In my establishment? You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water. Anything else?
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Who are you? I don't recognize you. Am I in your debt?
No. Have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I am here. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago, after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, sir. You are in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Thélème embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Every fetch quest in the book.
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Just gonna go to a bedroom.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lord de Sade. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
How did you find your son's trail?
We have never stopped looking for him. We learned the new name they gave him, Jonas. My poor little Celestine. Then we learned the name of the ship he sailed on. No sooner had it docked in Serene than my husband had the crew watched closely, and we found him.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Naughts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact? It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Naughts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything?
I'm still without news of my cabin.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nords, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Nord. Our ships are his home. We are his only family.
Well, I guess I'm gonna take him back for his,
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naut?
Sir de Corsillion's a veritable well of scientific knowledge. He could tell us a little more.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract with the Nords.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there has always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Nords. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son because of some agreement signed between my uncle and the Nords?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Nords as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us. This document mentions another property. A warehouse.
That would be a great place to hide. Shall we take a peek? Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
Let's just try to remain discreet.
What's up, bitches? Kurt, knock some shit over. Kurt, where do I go from here? Give me strength, Kurt. It's not in here.
Greenblood, do you need something?
I need you to tell me.
I must leave you.
Oh my cabin boy. Back up on the desk.
Sir de Sade, what are you doing here?
I've come looking for your son. The Naughts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Naughts took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine? You've taken your son against his will and have him locked up like merchandise in a warehouse. Is that what you call being a good father?
If I hadn't taken him back, he would have been hauled off on one of the cursed ships.
If that's what he wants, then why would you want to stop him?
For his mother. She misses him so. But in the end, you may be right. My boy has changed. He hasn't spoken a word to me since we've been in this precarious predicament. Very well. Take the key and take him away. Cursed be the day I delivered my son unto the Naughts.
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell.
Hey, you know, I know you're like sad and shit over your son basically being captive because of some weird blood pact, but everybody grows up. It's kind of callous there, bud. Something's in here. Where do you have? Where's the child change? Where's at some point this NPC is just gonna be like, dude, what the shit? Just go here. Just go here. Blast. Go to the spot with the doors.
Locked.
Who are you?
My name is de Sardet. I am legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go free?
Yes. Even if I had to bend his arm a little.
That doesn't surprise me. He seemed to have no intention of changing his mind. I feel more sorry for my mother. She seems so sweet and happy to see me.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. I barely remember them. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse. Hard to grow close after all that. My family is the Naughts. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to the
Oh, now I'm in jail. I think that's the last quest. That's right. I'm serious, I can't get out this way. I should have felt like I could get out this way. This is just hate. I hate it. I hate this game now. Refund me. Steam refund me. Oh my god, it's just... Okay. You guys have a nice day. I'm not coming through here. Hopefully. Come on.
If you had any idea who I am... Open up, imbeciles! I have a ship to catch!
That vulture of a tavern master was right. It is Constantine's voice. It's coming from the floor above.
It sounds as if he's locked up.
And I have a feeling they're expecting company. Be careful. The slightest itchy word to these brutes will have them drawing blades to scratch it.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
What a waste. I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin to these seedy fellows.
It's not possible just now. It's not possible just now. It's blocked.
Shouting like that, we should have gotten rid of him.
Don't be an idiot. It's obvious that he's a noble, a rich man. He needed to be taught a lesson, but it's better we grab some coin. With all those posters we posted, someone with deep pockets will show up sooner or later to liberate the rooster. Oh, he's making a great deal of noise. We could knock him out, or gag him. To my help, and death to the others! Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Thanks, Kurt. So what I did was fail in a sneak attack there. Oh, and I'm failing at stealth again. Let's loot the bodies first. Yeah. Kurt, I swear to God, if you don't have anything for me, when I click on you talking. Kurt did some work. Okay, still proud of you, Kurt. Proud of you, buddy. In a minute, Constantine. I'm looting. Alright, 2 keys to Constantine's cell. So if we leave one set key to Constantine's cell, we'll have a spare key to come unlock it. What's up?
Well, this has been monumentous, gentlemen, but I have more important things to attend to. An island to govern, treaties to sign, riches to expedite, and a demanding father to impress! Constantine, it's me! My dear cousin! Oh, my lucky star! Always there to pull me out of my fires.
Well, I do what I can. We're departing soon. Your father wasn't pleased by your absence this morning.
Have you ever seen him happy about anything when it comes to me? You know what he thinks of me.
He cares about you, I know that. He appointed you governor, didn't he?
He is ridding himself of a source of constant disappointment. Enough said. Today we set sail for adventure. If you only knew how these river scum treated me. Do me a courtesy, good cousin. Now that we stand boldly alongside the brave Kurt, let's give them their money's worth.
There's no one left to pay, Your Highness. The brave Kurt and your cousin have already settled the books.
Really now? What a shame. I would have loved to have seen that. We've nothing left to do then than to board our ship. An adventure awaits us at the end of the street.
Fashionable hat kind of guy. Oh. The big dick energy he gets whenever he pushes open a door. It's very good.
Yeah!
Look at me in my fancy clothes in your playtown. My main goal is to go to Tier for D and then act like I don't know nobody. If I can ever navigate myself as serene, I'm gonna get lost in the whole hoods.
Sir? Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of Tier Freddy. I'm enchanted, Captain. I am eager to board your ship.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness. I hope you enjoy your voyage.
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon. My cabin boy, Jonas, is back on ship. I have you to thank, I imagine.
You do. It's a rather sad affair, and though solved, leaves a broken family behind.
All we can do is plot a course. No one tells the wind what to do. I do thank you. I didn't think you'd go to so much trouble for a cabin boy. Your actions bring you honor.
Permission to board the ship. We are ready.
Certainly. But keep in mind that we'll be at sea for several months. If you have any farewells to make or any final business to put into order, now is the time.
No, my house is in order. We are ready to embark.
Perfect. Follow me.
So eager to discover Tier Freddy. My isle. My new city.
You'll need to arm yourself with patience. The voyage will be long. I've been told the trip lasts months.
And they say the place is full of gigantic creatures. As big as buildings.
That's right. I heard a rumor the Nords even brought one back in one of their ships.
I doubt that. The Norts are strange, but they're not idiots.
Agility.
beast is awoken!
Those conniving, pista-stilling, bridge-building liars. The creature was supposed to be out for days. They'll pay for this.
What the hell manner of cargo are you transporting?
Help! We need ropes! We must contain it!
Come now, let's lend them a hand.
Watch out! Take a step back, sir!
Cut! Captain! Keep my cousin safe!
I'm so bad at this game. Just got wrecked.
So eager to discover Tear Freddy. My isle, my new city.
You'll need to arm yourself with patience. The voyage will be long. I've been told the trip lasts months.
And they say the place is full of gigantic creatures. As big as buildings.
That's right. I heard a rumor that...
Sucking.
The beast is awoken!
Those conniving, pista-stilling, bridge-building liars. The creature was supposed to be...
in blood. How do you fare?
Fine, fine. It is dead.
Are you wounded?
I'm well. Your lessons have proven effective.
I've never seen a beast this size. It's quite extraordinary.
Cousin, what a fight. You were illustrious.
I'm not of the same mind. I had the feeling it was already weakened. I did nothing more than finish it off.
Your humility remains a constant. But believe me, that battle was absolutely epic.
Oh, hey. Did you build your character wrong and finally manage to finish this fight? Have a memory crystal so that you can just not move this thing. Get some wood ready for this time. Just kill the raid boss. Check out my gear. My gear. My gear. One day learn how to do these menus. What am I saying? I never learned how to do menus and shit like this.
Gentlemen!
Your cousin's enthusiasm is most impressive.
This journey is his long-awaited chance to prove his worth. He has a demanding father.
More likely he's just happy to be free of this hornet's nest.
This is
I definitely know I am. That's certain.
Stations, lads! Wear anchor and ready for to wear! Lively now, lively! Catch me a wind!
the short of the story is I ate Tide Pods. I didn't eat Tide Pods, I drank. New Serene. land before we hit there.
What a charming welcoming committee. Gentlemen, I am Constantine of House Orsay, your new governor. I have no idea what sort of ceremony you've prepared for my arrival, but I would gladly skip it, so... indeed, these are rather peculiar customs. I see, it seems you were quite intent on serving me a drink. Hello? Cat got your tongue, gentlemen? Would it be those annoying beaks?
I am truly sorry. These doctors should have shown a greater measure of courtesy. Thank you, dear doctors. Move along. Don't trouble the Nords. Pay no attention to them. Instead, just drink. The long voyages at sea require the appropriate treatment as soon as we land. According to our scientists, without fortifiers, you might catch your death, and that would be quite regrettable.
I should have chosen death. This concoction is liquid torture.
I would think that they would have warned you on the ship.
Not in the slightest. And you must be Lady Morange, my predecessor.
You are correct.
There you are!
To your health.
Aha! You got your dose of bile too. Allow me to present to you Lady Morange, and to you, my dear lady, my most trusted cousin. Where is the captain?
He seems to be preoccupied with some sort of admiral.
Indeed. Then I will have to thank him later for this most marvelous voyage. Excellency, lead me to the palace, I beg you. And, whenever possible, go by way of all the intriguing alleyways. I am dying with impatience to discover this new city. My city!
Your Excellence! We must wait for our escort!
No need. Have no fear, for I am here to defend you, my lady.
I've been scullied.
How so?
My admiral laid me off.
My cousin was nonetheless delighted with your services. I hope there was no misunderstanding.
None, I'm sure of it. She just ordered me to give you any assistance you might need.
This request doesn't seem to please you.
Don't take offense, but it's not pleasant for a captain to abandon his ship. In any case, here I am at your service, for a while.
I'm on the squad, Vasco. So we got new serene. Game. Yes. Well, thanks for watching, guys.